Monday, August 4th, 2025. Week in review. Back in the stadium a week ago, I filmed the same video from here when they were setting up. Now I'm filming from here as the team's behind me breaking down. Games are over. Games ended last night. We have a new male champion, Jason Hopper, and we have an 8-time Games female champion, 8-time winner in Tia Claire Toomey. And really happy with the event, really happy with the games overall. There was a lot of great energy from the fans, from the athletes, from the volunteers, from everyone involved. So I think it was from my perspective, from where I was, I think it played out pretty well. So proud of everyone who was involved in making it happen, the team here, the staff, the volunteers, the community at large. I'm going to jump into a couple questions and then I'll have some additional thoughts and maybe things to say as we go through this. Not questions, comments from. So I looked through last week's Week in Review. I'm only going to address a few of the comments from the last 12 hours or so. It's 10:40 right now Eastern in the morning, and so I have a flight this afternoon. Walked in and decided to do this. At Jenna Adams 1 hour ago, the event in Albany was amazing. We loved attending every day, even with our 7-week-old baby. Everything was so fun, exciting to watch. Fantastic job to your team, and we appreciate you bringing the games to Albany. Albany was great. I loved doing it here. This venue was amazing. I personally, part of the reason when we made the decision to find a new location after last year's games, there was a short time frame to do it, and there was a short list of cities that were able to host, and Albany was one of them. And obviously we've had experience working events here before because of the regionals, and I remember the energy then in a different format. The regionals are much different than the games, and I knew that energy would be, we'd be able to bring it back, and it'd be even bigger than when we did the regionals here. And I for sure felt that. I think a lot of the people in the building really did like the layout here, this Coliseum, the energy inside of it. And so yeah, I think it was I'm glad we brought them here, and thank you for the note. At Extra Sloppy, first games from the comfort of our home, and the broadcast was great. The workouts were fun to watch, and there were little hiccups in terms of execution of the events. Good job. See you in Madison next year. I don't know if we're going to Madison next year, but that would be cool. The broadcast, in terms of the broadcast being great, I obviously wasn't able to watch any of the broadcast because I was on the floor watching it from down there. I'll check some of it out through the course of the next couple weeks. But yeah, I've heard the same thing. I've heard that the coverage was really good. I worked with a lot of the team leading up, obviously. Chase and some of the people talking about the workouts, and Adrian briefed them every day on the workouts. A lot of the people behind the scenes on the broadcast, they have a lot of experience, have been doing this for a very long time. Some of the new people on the media team in leadership roles jumped right in and led those people well, and provided the support they needed to do a great job with the broadcast. So really happy to hear that you enjoyed it, and it seems to have been very popular and worked done well in some of on the streams, etc. At jeffboyer.m6i, Dave, great job to you and your team for the games. I always spend this weekend away with my grandson at a lake that has no service. Thanks for posting the exact times of each event. We're both fans, and we're able to ride our bikes up to a high spot about a mile away to watch each event. Keep up the good work. That's pretty cool. How many events did you do that for? I mean, if you rode up for every event, you would have got at least 10 miles up. So thanks for the support. Hope you got some fitness in with all the biking to get to a place where you could have connection. At Grey Ghost 07, great games thus far. There are plenty of good battles. Do you think it was a lack of execution why the pegboard stopped so many athletes, or is there anything to the chatter we are hearing that some lays had slippery boards? Killing it, Dave. Can't wait to hear about the unknown. The unknown ended up being the addition of the 100 meters to the 300 5-round 300 IE4 workout. We ended up making it 400 meters per round, on the Rogue Runner. I think that was totally the right call to make, and I think that event turned out to be really good. I liked the races that we saw there. I liked if we would have kept it at 300, I think it would have been a little too fast for what I was looking for. And basically, after I announced it, we just started looking around. I actually asked the Proven Camp if they're going to do it, and if they could have some athletes that didn't qualify, or that even qualified because it was public at that point, do it and send me some times. They provided me with the times that they're doing. I looked at all the times and I'm like, okay. And I asked a few other athletes in the community to do it. They all provided times with the 5-round 300 version that we had announced. And I said, okay, it's a little fast. So prior to even coming out here, I used that opportunity to say, okay, I told Boz, hey, we are going to end up on scene changing this to 400. Then it was a matter of when do we want to do it. And so actually the night before at the athlete brief, we were going to do it then, but they kind of, after the brief was done, I was going to bring them to the floor and tell them, but they kind of broke and went in multiple directions. We lost a little command and control there, and so I made a joke, all right, we'll just do it. I said we'll announce the twist tomorrow, and a few people heard me say that, a few of the coaches. I'd also planted throughout the week, I talked to the athletes multiple times, letting them know that it's the CrossFit Games and there might be twists. So I'd kind of laid the foundation for that. The interesting thing is, during the brief, Boz actually said at some point, run 5 rounds of run 400, and then he goes, I'm sorry, I mean 300. So he let it slip a little, but nobody even knew. So it worked out well. And then the next morning, I just went in there before the first heat was supposed to go out, pulled them together and told them, hey, here's what you guys are doing. This is the change that we're making. As far as the pegboard, man, I mean, here's the deal. You look at some of the teams doing it, and they were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth the entire time. And what I mean by that is one person was climbing, one was coming down. One was climbing, one was coming down. Pretty consistent. And I think it's a combination of, in the individual version, you had to manage your own rest. So you could push it a little too far, you could push it a little too much, mismanage or not manage your rest appropriately, and it can catch up on you quickly. That combined with what a lot of people are saying, the misuse or excessive use of chalk can provide a surface that's, if you're putting chalk on your shoes or you're getting chalk on the board, I think that might have had an effect. I personally believe it was more, and people are upset that I'm saying this, some of the athletes don't appreciate that I'm saying this, but I think it was more mismanagement of rest period relative to where they were in the workout and at that point. And so I don't think that there was an inconsistency. They're just plastic plexiglass walls, and they're the same ones that we've used at every single CrossFit Games. They're not any different from any of the other ones that we've ever had. I think it was a cool event. I think it really mixed things up. I think when you look at some of the athletes who did really well at it, especially on the female side, they were lighter weight, maybe a little smaller, and really good at the body weight stuff. So I think it was fair, fine, and I'm happy with it. At Photo William Zig, please, this was 5 days ago. This was after, so I talked about the workouts and naming them or not naming them. I mentioned that here, then got hammered, or not hammered, but got a lot of feedback that we should name them. And so I'm just reading this. Please name the workouts. It's so iconic. So saw that, then people started hitting us up. Hey, you guys should name them. And so I told Boz, all right, let's come up with some names. And we started working on some names. Then Chase was like, hey, I can provide, Chase sent me an email and said, hey, or a text, I really think you should name them. If you want, I can send you some ideas. So I said, yeah, send me some ideas. So Chase sent a full list of names. And then I looked at what we had, I looked at what he had, combined them, and we ended up using about half of the names that Chase suggested. So I think it was cool. I think some of the names were good. I'm happy we named them. So that worked out well. Again, looking behind us, teams cleaning up, teams wrapping up. Great venue. A lot of good memories were created here this weekend. Great event. Thank you, Albany, for hosting us. Thank you to the arena. Thank you to the town. Thank you to the fans. Thank you to the community. Thank you to the athletes, everyone involved. We put on a great show for CrossFit, and I'm proud of everybody who contributed. Thank you guys, and leave your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you next week, hopefully in California from home. I'm leaving today, but for the weekend review, hopefully on Monday, it'll be back in Aromas from the ranch. All right, thanks guys, bye.